everybody, Gina DeLuca here. All right, today I have another big canvas, as you can see. This is a 20 by 20. This is going to be going into an art show that I have coming up. That will be at the Broadway Market in Fells Point, Baltimore, Maryland. Or as we say here, Merlin. Colors I have Phthalo Green in Liquitex Basics, and the Deco Art Extreme Sheen in 24 karat gold. And that's it. Now, this is being bold. I have a big old level 3 deep edge canvas. Really should be doing a test pour, but I'm running out of time because I'm going on vacation next week. I just found out about this show this week. And as you know, you need time to cure your paintings before you can varnish. And we're talking about the beginning of August. So this is kind of it for me. I'm getting in what I can before I go away, so I can get a couple of new pieces in there that have never made their way onto a wall. Some fresh new content, as we like to call it in the YouTube world. So, our consistency. This is, as you can see, it's very thin. It does not form a mound when it lands in the cup. It does not sink. It just disappears immediately. That's what you want. And then I have the gold. The gold, because I want this to sell, this is going to appear a little thicker than the other paint because there is mica in it, and that's what makes it bling. If you go thinner than this, if you go thinner than how I just showed you what the gold is, you will get like a lacing that just kind of coats everything, which is very pretty in certain circumstances, and I like to use that. I used that on the last painting. This painting is going to go on the wall with the previous painting, which was 227, and I think 131, which is red and gold colored, same size canvas. This is a 20 by 20 deep edge. So the experiment, how I have not tried doing a straight pour with a semi-transparent base. So we're going to see what happens on a really big canvas, and we're going to cross our fingers that, you know, luck favors the brave and the stupid. So as you can see, I've already covered my edges a bit. I like to do that on straight pours in general, particularly on a deep edge canvas. You really want that coverage, and straight pours can kind of disappear because they're so thin. This canvas, actually, I'm gonna give that a little squirt. I did tighten it, but it could use a little more. You want to make sure that if you are working on canvas this big especially, that you A, you level your canvas, and you B, tighten your canvas. Because it doesn't matter if you level your canvas if it's saggy and all of your paint just pulls to the center. So if you find that all of your paint pulls to the center, your canvas is saggy. If it's all falling off to one side, it's not level. Okay, so these paints have been mixed. The gold has been mixed 1 part paint to 1 part floetrol and thinned with a tiny bit of my 90% water, 10% floetrol mixture. And the green has been mixed 1 part paint to 2 parts floetrol. and also thinned with the 90-10 mixture. Craft paints. Paints that come in these tubes are already kind of thin, and you don't really need to add that much floetrol to them. Or I should say you shouldn't. You can. Don't really have to. But with the tube paints, it's a little thicker and it can stand to be broken down a bit more. Or thinned down a bit more, I should say. Alrighty. So, right, so floetrol, the 90-10, and I did add a tiny bit, just a bit, little squirt of the Liquitex Pouring Medium. It does help it to set up quicker. The painting that I did last took quite a while to dry, longer than usual, even though it was a big canvas, probably because of the air conditioning. Okay, so because I added the Liquitex Pouring Medium, I need to move quickly. This stuff sets up really fast, which is part of the reason that I'm using it. All right. So now I'm going to put the paint in the cup. Again, this is a 20 by 20 inch canvas. That would require about 15 ounces of paint. I'm going to do this quick because this stuff sets up so fast. So I'm going to start with about 2 ounces and then I'm going to alternate. Not usually what I do in a straight pour, but I'm going for something different today. All right, just gonna give this a quick swipe again because you can see it gets dark when it starts to get that little bit of skin on it. But that also means it's gonna be harder for you to tilt it. All right, let's hurry up and do this before all my gold pops up. Woo, 10 on the dismount. All right, always hold my breath on that part. Always remember to bring your paint back to center before changing directions. This will help you keep your composition. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna start catching corners here. The thing I love about using gold, from the side it might not look like much, and then you catch this glimpse of shimmer and it catches your eye and it makes you look and go, what was that? I really like that about you know, adding a metallic to a painting. It can go from very subtle to whoa, just depending on where you're standing. Perspective is everything. In life, in metallics, and me trying to get this camera shot for you and not mess up my composition, trying to look at 3 things at once with one good eye. Oh, no, you need to go over. Okay. Well, okay, well, I'm not in love with this just yet. I will wait and see what happens if the cells kind of develop into something that I can dig on. I definitely think that using an opaque for the background is the way to go. I think it gives you more definition in your cells. But I will let this sit and I will see what happens. All right, back in a few. Okay, here it is. It's still a bit wet in the center, as you can see, but mostly dry on the edges. I would give this painting a whopping meh. So what we've learned is that phthalo green does not make a great base coat for a straight pour. It is interesting how from some angles it's green in between the cells, and then from different angles it's gold. I like that. So I haven't fully given up on this. When it is dried completely, I will evaluate it and decide if it's worth varnishing or if I will make this the background for something, because it could make a good background for something jungly with greenery, sort of, maybe. I don't know. All right. Well, I hope you learned something. I sure did. Don't use Basics Pthalo Green as a base color for a straight pour. I really feel like an opaque gives it more pop, more separation. But there we go. So please like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Do check out the description box below for links to my PayPal tip jar if you feel so inclined. If you find these videos helpful and would like to help me stay stocked up in supplies to keep bringing you the fresh content, that's a great way to do it. Another great way is through my Amazon store. If you enter through that link, anything that you purchase off the entire site of Amazon, I will receive a small commission of at no additional cost to you. And Amazon Prime Day is coming up on July 15th. It's 2019, because somebody's going to be watching this video a long time from now. July 15th is Prime Day. If you're going to do your Prime shopping, pop on in through my link. We have our group on Facebook, Go Make Some Art. Join us there. Post your masterpieces. Ask your questions. Get some inspiration. And last but not least, my website, GinaDeLuca.net. Pop on over there. I have paintings for sale. I have music for sale. My new CD is out. Do check that out. All right. That is it for me. I need to move this painting and I need to paint something else because I have an art show coming up. Whoop. All right, you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. Now go make some art.